mais um episódio de Assassin's Creed. Vamos então, ver se conseguimos desta vez. Vamos tentar duas vezes. Aqui eu acho que nós não estamos fortes o suficientes, nem as armas suficientes para enfrentarmos este javali.
I should try to stay out of sight.
Então, vamos tentar duas vezes. Se nós não conseguimos, temos que começar a fazer a nossa missão normal. Depois, se calhar, outra arma ou outra coisa assim qualquer.
Oh, your breath smells like dead mouse.
Então, ora, ih, meu Deus, já começa bem. Isso é incrível isto. Venha logo. Isto num pesadelo foi. Isso é do caralho. Teus pequenitos matam.
I should be extra.
Então, pá. Fônix. Vamos fazer a nossa missão. Nós estamos muito fracos. Tentar esta última vez. Mas nós não conseguimos avançar depois dos porcos. Conseguir.
They won't ask any questions.
Opa, que caralho, pá, já estou a ficar forte disto, pá, Fônix. Ele não responde, pá. Eu não fiz uma de jeito.
I should stay hidden if I don't want to fight.
Teve-me acertar o cono. Caralho, pá. Assim não dá, caralho. Assim não dá. Vamos continuar. Vamos continuar o jogo.
Got to be careful not.
impressão minha. Aquilo era um tigre. Um tigre não, um leopardo, alguma coisa assim.
Come on.
Watch where you're going.
Deixa ver aqui esta parte como é que está.
Get away. I've got my eye on you.
Vistios, we're having trouble finding fresh blood to defend against those slimy Athenians. Well, fresh blood that knows which end of a sword to hold.
I've made it this far, haven't I?
That's the spirit. What do you say? Interested in raising a shield for Sparta today?
Sparta has my sword, and all my strength behind it.
Glad to hear it. May Ares favor us today.
For Sparta!
Habilidades. Precisamos se calhar de escudo. Nós não precisamos deste lance. Do escudo, habilidade do escudo.
They will think of your death on this day! People will see your fantastic. I will stain the earth with your Get over here and fight me!
Vai jogar mal para caralho. Vamos já preparar isto tudo, senão fica muito mais complicado que esta. Temos de ter esta de dano, dano de fogo, portanto esta. Sempre tanto fogo, mas enfim.
Mistios, we're having trouble finding fresh blood to defend against those slimy Athenians. Well, fresh blood that knows which end of a sword to hold.
I've made it this far, haven't I?
That's the spirit. What do you Hey, interested in race?
You've got my sword, Spartan.
Send these Athenians to Hades!
É sério, caraca, pá, anda lá, pá. Nem dá para respirar, cara.
Can't get those god-fucking Athenians off our backs, and the battle's brewing along our defenses. Interested in fighting alongside?
Sparta has...
Glad.
A bad day for Athens! A glorious day for Sparta!
If you make anyone who can fight...
We can still win this!
Caralho, pá, não consigo, pá, não consigo. É impossível. Esta dificuldade está muito forte para mim. Isso aqui é a grande verdade. Vou pensar seriamente a reduzir a dificuldade. Seriamente. Deixa eu ver se dá para reduzir aqui. Vamos continuar no pesadelo. Vamos continuar no pesadelo mesmo assim. Ficou para meter outro.
Easy. Let's go.
Thermopylae. They say you can't walk this battlefield without getting blood on your toes.
This is where Leonidas was laid to rest.
If you close your eyes, you can hear them. Their final war cries, before every last one of those brave Spartans perished. Their voices were silenced that day, but their story will be sung for an eternity.
You didn't bring me here to talk about dead Spartans. What's on your mind, Herodotus?
The Battle of Thermopylae still echoes in our hearts, but to stand here is to feel it in your bones.
There's nothing here but ghosts. My concerns are with the living.
Hold out your spear.
My spear? What for?
I need to know something.
Herodotus!
I'm fine. I'm fine. The stories are true. That is the spear of Leonidas. The hero's blade.
primeira, na minha opinião, acho que é mentira. Sparta nunca
Where were
recusou
Sparta's allies?
The Spartans weren't alone in facing Xerxes and his hordes. Many from across the Greek world were armed and ready to fight alongside Leonidas and his 300. But when the mighty king looked into their eyes and saw fear, he sent them home.
That sounds like madness, not bravery.
It was foretold by the Pythia that Sparta would lose either its freedom or its king to the Persians. Leonidas made his choice.
What happened to Leonidas after the battle?
Xerxes was famous for honoring warriors who fought valiantly against the Persians. But Leonidas infuriated him so much, he cut off his head and impaled it on a pike. A bloody battle ensued, and his remains were reclaimed by the Spartans and buried here. Now, however, he rests where he belongs.
In Sparta. What happened to the traitor, Ephialtes?
King Xerxes paid him well, but treachery breeds treachery. A contract was put on his head, and he died as he lived. A coward.
You knew this would happen.
I didn't know, but I did suspect. There is a place I'd convinced myself was a dream. Until now. A peculiar structure on the island of Andros. Mysterious shapes carved in stone. Like nothing I've ever seen.
You want to sail to Andros so you can show me shapes?
In my travels, I heard whispers of an ancient civilization. A people who came before. Your spear and that place are connected.
You mentioned the people that came before. Who were they?
They were not gods, but they lived far longer than any mortal, and were far more intelligent. I've seen carvings in caves, strange symbols that suggest it was this ancient civilization that created humankind, and provided them with fire.
But Zeus blamed Prometheus.
Yes. Well, perhaps his eagle has been feasting on the wrong liver.
The spear awakened to you, Herodotus. I trust you.
You understand. I will do everything in my power to help you find your mother. I promise. But first, we must sail to the island of Andros.
I'll meet you at my ship.
Welcome aboard the Adrestia, Herodotus. Will you be traveling with us?
Only for a short trip. I have business to attend to in Athens.
Herodotus is helping me find my mother.
Seeking help from the gods has put Herodotus on your path, just like they put you on mine. They work in ways beyond our comprehension, and all we can do is follow their lead.
You could be right. Herodotus and I share enemies too.
Like El Pinor?
He was, part of a very powerful group called the Cult of Cosmos that controls the Greek world through the Oracle.
Control the Oracle? Impossible! Apollo would not allow that!
Now they're looking for my mother. I need to find her before they do.
And I believe they will hurt others who oppose their views along the way.
By Hermes! The Oracle lost to corruption, and now this cult? Do we know who leads them?
I don't know for sure, but I think it might be my sister.
Your sister? By Zeus, your life is complicated.
Tell me about it.
But don't you worry. This cult of Cosmos now has 3 new enemies. And one of them fights like Athena and shits thunder like Zeus. We'll bring the wrath of the gods down upon them.
Is he always this positive?
Always. That's why I like him.
Poseidon, carry us to Athens.
First, we need to go to Andros.
To Andros, then. We're going to have to do some upgrades to my ship if we're sailing into war.
What do you mean?
Well, she's old, and perhaps not in the best condition.
You couldn't have said this before we set sail? Where in Poseidon's name are we going to get the supplies?
My father taught me that the sea takes, and we must do the same. Fortunately, there are plenty of pirate ships in these waters that we can board and take from.
What are we waiting for? Let's hunt some pirates!
Now that we have the necessary resources, we can upgrade the ship's hull. Poseidon be praised. She's in ramming shape now, like a fist in the ocean.
Ok. Vamos ficar por aqui. Sei que hoje foi assim um bocadinho mais pequenino, mas depois vamos fazer. Eu vou começar outra série, mas vai ser com a Cassandra. Eu vou jogar com a dificuldade normal. Ainda tenho muito que evoluir. Esta dificuldade de pesadelo está muito forte ainda. Eu não vou querer desistir dela, claro que não, que eu vou querer mesmo passar o modo pesadelo. Mas antes disso vou querer passar o modo normal. Por isso, vamos ficar por aqui. Se gostaram, não se esqueçam de meter o like. E é isso. Fui.